Okay, where were we? Ergonomics and build quality. Okay, so ergonomics now, we've got our deep grip, we've got our longer, wider body, not as deep grip, and we have our long grip, but due to our extended grip here, that we can handle vertical. And of course, we have on the D3s, we have another shutter release and another AF on button, which I love. This is the D750 is prized as one of the first really great ergonomic cameras, and to me that's a yes and no, because what it does is it makes you lazy. So if I'm shooting any sort of event, I'm shooting maybe now possibly between only about 600 shots, maybe 600 to 1200 shots in the types of things that I end up doing. And what I find is I get very lazy. So I'm here with this camera and I can see myself doing this. I picked up I think it was a Canon R7 the other day, and I'm just doing this. I'm not incorporating the left hand, and I had just a basketball game to shoot recently, and at the end of it I was doing a lot of portraits at the back, just behind the ring and into the right, and at the end my hand was locked in this position. I'd been there for so long, just like this, shooting frame after frame, getting lazy, not incorporating the left hand, and I was in pain. I was in absolute pain. On the D300, I don't have that vertical, I don't have that depth in this grip. I'm much more inclined, if I do portrait work, to pop the left hand on there. And I'm using two hands now. I've got the strength of two arms just for the portrait mode. I'm doing this, and I can take 1,000 shots and I'm not hurting. And same with this. This is going to be my favorite. I have fairly large hands, so this grip on this is amazing. But once again, I'm not going to be doing this unless I really have to with one hand. I've got two hands here, and because of the vertical grip, even easier, I can shoot like this. So things to bear in mind. Now, image quality, and this is almost controversial, I think, because D750, obviously most advanced, X-Speed 4 processor, X-Speed 2 processor on the D3s, and X-Speed on the D300. Now, I love it. I love the fact that I could do the low light, and that's X-Speed 4 as well. The low light capabilities, full frame DX, by the way, full frame sensor, cropped sensor, full frame sensor. So the D750 low light capabilities I loved, but on review of these images, I don't know. I'm trying to create something out of nothing. My white balance, if I'm not setting it correctly, I have to do it post. Which, mind you, guys, before any event, do it via Kelvin. I think I've been dealing with grey cards for a long time, trying to set up white balance in all these cameras. And now I just take 3 test shots. I go to Kelvin. Basketball the other day was 3700 Kelvin. It was perfect. Didn't have to change anything. Auto mode indoors, as you know, a lot of it's really hit and miss. Even outdoors, it depends. But go for the Kelvin value. Alter it. Take 3 shots. Don't change anything if you're in that setting. But D750, me trying to review these 6400 ISO, 12800 ISO, 25600 ISO shots, just not being happy. How washed out. If there's a person and I've got to deal with skin tones, wow, I just don't know if it's worth it. The D300, on the other hand, there's no guessing whether you can shoot high ISO. You can't. After 1600, it's just great. It's muddy. It's not a nice grain after 16, and the max is only 3200 on this. Now, D3s on the other hand, I think it's the king with all these. Maybe it's better than the D750 because of the lower megapixel count. I believe that's what it is. But with the D3s, we are extended to 102,000 ISO as well, which I'm not going to use. But now, image quality at standard everyday shooting, loved the D750. No matter what lens I'm putting on it, it's great. It's giving me some beautiful images. It has over time, and for outdoor, or for indoor, I'd probably pick that up, or I'd definitely pick it up before the D300, possibly not before the D3s. The D300 has surprised me recently. I've been reviewing images, and between the two, it's just better. I don't know why. As I said, controversy. I just prefer. I'm talking raw images set on either neutral or standard profile, and even the neutral profile comes out with deeper colors than the standard profile. I don't know what the deal is there, because we've got a Sony sensor, IMX128L on the 750. We've got a Sony IMX021 BQR, and we've got a Nikon sensor. They're all CMOS sensors, but yeah, outdoors, I was at the zoo. I love the extra range, of course, that I could get from a crop sensor compared to full frame. Maybe I'll put some of those images in a YouTube short. But just beautiful from 300. I don't need to blow up any further. I'm not blowing up to 20 by 14 inch. Further than that, 12 megapixels is fine. It's fine. D3s, I just love using. I love the ergonomics. Obviously, this is a pro camera, but I think non-professionals have burst through frame after the frame, not because their kids have shoved them into continuous high and just gone crazy, but because it's just a beautiful camera to use. And isn't it what you want to use? Even though it's big and bulky and not friendly, really. I mean, I've just got a 24-85 3.5 on it. I haven't even got the 70-200 on it, which is coming in the next 2 weeks. Haven't needed it until recently. Even though it's big, it's great. The D300, I really enjoy it. I enjoy that it doesn't make me lazy with those portraits. So yeah, these are just thoughts. These are just my thoughts. And we'll talk a bit more in the next video anyway.